Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Vikas. We have an app by the name CareersCloud which you can go and download through Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will be able to easily log in using your Gmail ID. Once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI and there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and doubt section. On this application, you will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Our first segment is daily current affairs. We make sure to provide you current affairs on daily basis in both English as well as in Hindi content. The PDFs for the same are uploaded on our application, and apart from this, we also make sure to provide you with quizzes that will help you to revise the content after you have gone through the PDF. Next comes our weekly content. The content is also provided in both English as well as in Hindi, and here we also make sure to provide you quiz also of that past week's current affairs that will be enhancing your learning, as it is a compilation of the important topics, important MCQ questions for the last week. Similar for the monthly, the PDFs are very important. They provide you insights of various topics, as well as we also make sure to provide you the quiz of monthly questions that are very important for learning. Next, we also provide you with important PIB articles on daily basis so that you can go through these articles and have an insight about that particular topic. Not just this, we also make sure to provide you important events that are happening globally and make sure to give you the right analysis. One of the most important segment of our application is that we make sure to provide you with the correct exam analysis. When you are having exam, we make sure to provide you with previous year questions so that the student can go through the exam pattern and the syllabus and can prepare the exam accordingly based on the pattern. After the exam, we also make sure to provide you with the exam analysis. Then for the students who are preparing for state exams, they will be also beneficial here, as we will make sure to provide with state-wise current affairs for them. Apart from this, we also make sure to cover the topic-wise current affairs such as your national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, as these are the topics from which the examiner definitely asks the question, and these are covered on the monthly basis. So friends, do check our application. It will be a one-stop solution for learning. Apart from this, friends, CareersCloud is hiring. We are looking for candidates for subject matter experts in quants, reasoning and English, and also we are looking for a content creator for current affairs topic on daily basis, weekly basis and monthly basis. There is also an opening for a person who can translate the English content into Hindi. If you want to apply, you can scan the code here for further details, or you can go to the description and click the link below. These positions are available both in full-time and freelance for serious candidates. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will be discussing important current affairs for 28th of March. Session will be quite interesting, so do pay attention till the end. Let's start. First is TRAI. TRAI is your Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. They have released the recommendation on usage of embedded subscriber identity module for machine-to-machine communications. Right? This was done under the TRI Act of 1997. What is the main aim here? This is the introduction of 5G services in India provides more opportunities for machine-to-machine ecosystem. This offers increased scope of application in various sectors such as agriculture, such as transportation, such as healthcare and industrial automation. These recommendations will streamline the regulatory landscape of machine-to-machine SIM, that is eSIM in India, that is your embedded SIM. And by these recommendations, TRAI has emphasized the importance of implementing KYC procedures to maintain network security, reduce fraud threats, improve M2M eSIM ecosystem overall integrity. Right? Apart from this, the implementation of these recommendations by the government will promote growth in the M2M eSIM segment of the telecom sector, and this will stimulate the development of a machine-to-machine eSIM ecosystem in the country, thus enabling the growth of the modern M2M communication. If we talk about TRAI, who is the chairperson here? Anil Kumar Lahoti. Where is the headquarter? New Delhi, and it was established in 1997. Next is according to ILO, International Labour Organization. ILO stands for International Labour Organization, ILO. So according to their report, they recently released a report about the youth employment in India, and it stated that the youth employment in India has risen to how much percent. So according to this report that was jointly published by ILO and IHD, that is Institute of Human Development, correct, India accounts for 83% of 83% of the unemployed workforce in India. That means the youth in the unemployed workforce accounts for, if there is a 100% unemployment rate, then among this the youth will be 83, right? That means amongst the unemployed in India, 83% of those unemployed are youth, right? Then this report was released by whom? This report was released by Chief Economic Advisor of India, V Ananta Nageshwaram, and he mentioned that the report showed that the youth employment and underemployment increased between 2000 to 2019 but declined during COVID-19. And the report projected that youth population, which accounts for 27% of the population in 2021, will decrease to 23% by 2036. If we talk about ILO, International Labour Organization, who is Director General here? Gilbert Wongbo, headquarters Geneva, Switzerland, and it was established in 1919, right? And 187 members are there in International Labour Organization, right? Apart from this, the report highlights that the significant percentage of educated youngsters with secondary or higher education in the total employment unemployed has almost doubled from 35% to 67.7% in 2022. As per the report, the labor force participation rate, that is worker population ratio, and the unemployment rate declined consistently between 2000 to 2018. If we talk about some employment, the report highlighted that the increase in the employment after 2019 was mainly due to self-employed workers. The report also noted that nearly 82% of the workforce engages in the informal sector, and informal employment comprises about 90% workforce. The regular employment saw an increase after 2000, but after 2018 it witnessed a decline. Then if we talk about wages, wages largely remained the same or declined, with real wages for regular workers and wages for self-employed individuals showed a negative trend after 2019. Large percentage of unskilled casual workers failed to receive mandated minimum wages in 2022. Moving on, next is which bank has introduced a digital opening of US fixed deposit for NRI customers at Gift City. This is where? This is at Gandhinagar in Gujarat. So, digital opening of US dollar fixed deposit at Gift City, Gandhinagar. Which bank will be providing this facility for the NRI customers? It is Axis Bank, right? Axis Bank introduced a digital opening of US dollar fixed deposit for NRI customers at Gift City in Gandhinagar, Gujarat. And this here Axis Bank became the first bank to offer digitization of Gift City deposits. Here the customers can conveniently manage their fixed deposit and enjoy flexible investment tenures ranging from 7 days to 10 years. Right? Partial or full mature FD closure can also be requested through Axis Bank mobile application. If we talk about Axis Bank, who is the managing director and chief executive officer here? Amitabh Chaudhary. Headquarter is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and it was established in 1993. What is the tagline of Axis Bank? That is Badhti ka naam Zindagi. Moving on. Next is which organization signed a pact with Japanese agency for $200 million loan? It is NTPC. NTPC is your National Thermal Power Corporation. They signed a pact with JICA, Japan International Corporation Agency, Japan Bank. That is JBIC, not JICA, I correct myself. It is with JBIC, that is Japan Bank of International Cooperation, right? NTPC and JBIC, that is Japan Bank for International Cooperation, and this is for the loan of 200 million US dollar. Correct? This comes around to be 1650 crore rupees. Here JBIC, they will provide 60% of the facility amount, and the balance amount will be provided by other commercial banks that comes under with the JBIC bank guarantee. Correct? Then the loan is co-financed by various organizations, as we just saw under JBIC, under the bank guarantee of JBIC. Correct? If we talk about NTPC, who is the chairman and managing director here? Gurdeep Singh. Gurdeep Singh. Where is the headquarters? New Delhi, and it was established in 1975. Moving on. Next is PayU has introduced industry's first down payment EMI solution for online retail. I repeat, PayU Payments Private Limited, that is a leading payment solution provider in India. They have introduced a first of its kind down payment EMI. EMI stands for Equated Monthly Installment Solution for an online retail. This replicates the flexibility and convenience of down payment options available in the offline EMIs. This will also enable the users to make a partial payment upfront while the remaining can be converted into easy EMIs. Next is Star Housing Finance. They have signed a co-lending partnership with Tata Capital Housing Finance, right? And it is to provide loans to economically weaker section and low income groups at more affordable rates. Next is RBI. They have released a preliminary data on India's balance of payments for October to December for 23-24. Right, that is the third quarter of fiscal year 24. And as per it, India's current account balance for third quarter showed a deficit of $10.5 billion, that is 1.2% of the GDP, that is gross domestic product, right? And this is lower than the second quarter of fiscal year 24, that was close to $11.4 billion, that was 1.3% of the GDP, which was also less compared to the third quarter of fiscal year 23, that was 2% of the GDP, right? Here if we look at some of the data, that service imports or service export has increased by 5.2%. The primary income account net outgo rose to $12.75 billion. Then private transfer receipts, primarily the remittance from Indians abroad, accounted to $31.4 billion, that was up by 2.1%. Then foreign investment, or we can say FDI, foreign direct investment, saw a net flow of $4.2 billion compared to $2 billion in the third quarter of last year, fiscal year 23. Similarly, foreign portfolio investors recorded a net flow of $12 billion, higher than third quarter of fiscal year 23 last year, that was $4.6 billion, right? So just a rough idea that you need to have. Next is, according to Brand Finance Insurance 100 2024, which insurance has emerged as the world's strongest insurance brand? So let me show you. It is our LIC. LIC of India emerged as the world's strongest insurance brand. Let me show you here. On top is LIC with a brand value of $88.3 million. It is from India. Second, Cathway Life Insurance. Third, NRMA Insurance. Fourth, PZU Group. And fifth is your China Life. Correct? And this was according to Insurance 100 2024 report released by Brand Finance. This is an independent brand valuation and strategy consultancy. And here India's LIC emerged as the world's strongest insurance brand with the valuation up by 0.04% to $9.8 billion. It has a brand strength index score of 88.3 and an associated AAA brand strength rating. Right? If we talk about Brand Finance, the organization consultancy firm that released this report, who is the chairman and chief executive officer here? David Haig. Right? Where is the headquarter? It is in London, UK, and it was established in 1996. Next is ACC appoints Sadanand Vasant Date as Director General of NIA, Rajiv Kumar as Director General of BPR&D, and Piyush Anand as the Director General of NDRF. Let me show you here. Sadanand Vasante Date as the Director General of National Investigating Agency, Piyush Anand as the Director General of National Disaster Response Force, and Rajiv Kumar as the Director General of Bureau of Police Research and Development. Right? Take a note of this. Next we are looking at some of the CCI approvals, and here CCI has approved the subscription to CCPS-B of API Holdings by MEMG LLP and 361. I repeat, CCI has approved the subscription to the compulsorily convertible preference shares B of API Holdings Limited by MEMG Family Office LLP and 361 Private Equity Fund through its investment manager and 361 Asset Management Limited. Second, remember, CCI approved 100% acquisition of Lanco Amarkantak Power Limited by Adani Power Limited. I repeat, target who is being acquired, Lanco Amarkantak Private Limited, who is the acquirer, Adani Power Limited, and 100% acquire is being taking place. Next is Election Commission of India has launched a Saksham application to facilitate easier voting for PWD, persons with disabilities, right? In order to help persons with disability so that they can vote easily, this Saksham application was launched, right? It is to facilitate easier voting for persons with disability, and this will also enable the persons with disability to avail facilities like wheelchair at polling stations, right? Not just this, remember here Saksham will offer various customized services for their ease of voter identification. Then this will offer voice assistance, also text to speech, that is in hearing impaired, and this application Saksham is available for both iOS and Android, correct? And to ensure that no voter is left behind, correct, here ECI we have also announced that the people above the age of 85 and PWD with 40% of the benchmark of disability, they can vote from home, right? If we talk about Election Commission of India, who is the Chief Election Commissioner here? Rajiv Kumar. Headquarter is in New Delhi, correct? So Saksham application, and it is to facilitate easier voting for persons with disability. Moving on, next is ACUMS developed India's first indigenous hydroxyurea oral suspension for sickle disease. I repeat, ACUMS Drug and Pharmaceuticals Limited, this is a New Delhi based pharmaceutical company, and they have developed India's first homegrown indigenous hydroxyurea oral suspension, and it is for the treatment of sickle disease in the cost effective way. This product received Drug Controller General of India's approval following rigorous review and bioequivalence studies. Next is sports. Here remember, Ferrari's Carlos Sainz Jr. has won the F1 Australian Grand Prix. So who won F1 Australian Grand Prix? It was won by Carlos Jr., right? He drives for Ferrari. And he is of Spain. And he has won the F1 Australian Grand Prix. If we look at the winners, on first position San Carlos for Ferrari, second Charles Leclerc of Ferrari, and on third position Lando Norris of McLaren, right? Next is books and authors. Kerala Animal Husbandry Minister released a book that was titled A Compendium on Non-Native Organisms of India. I repeat, A Compendium on Non-Native Organisms of India. This book was released by Minister J. Chinchurani, the government of Kerala, right? He is the Animal Husbandry Minister J. Chinchurani, correct? And the book was titled A Compendium on Non-Native Organisms of India. This was launched at an event at T.K. Mahadeva Memorial College, that is in Kerala, and this book was co-authored by K.V. Jayachandran, Honorary Professor of Aquatic Biology and Fisheries Department, right? Next, along with Sheila S. and Jasmine Anand and Vinod Haridas. These are the college faculty. Moving on, next is important days. We observe Earth Hour. Earth Hour was observed last Saturday of March, right? On the last Saturday of March month, we observe Earth Hour. And we observe this Earth Hour by turning off the light for 60 minutes as a global symbol of unity and commitment towards protecting the earth and preserving the environment. So this year in 2024, we observed Earth Hour on 23rd of March, right? Next, and remember this Earth Hour, this was the 18th year that we observed the Earth Hour, and generally it is between 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. we switch off the light in order to celebrate this Earth Hour. Next, World Theatre Day observed on 27th of March, and it is to promote theatre in all the forms across the world, and the day highlights the intrinsic value of theatre as an art form. World Theatre Day, observed on 27th of March, marks 62nd anniversary of the observance of World Theatre Day. So friends, these were your important current affairs. Now let's go for a quick one-liner revision. TRAI, they have released recommendations on usage of embedded SIM for M2M, machine-to-machine communication. ILO report stated that youth employment in India has risen to 83% of the total unemployed people. Axis Bank introduces digital opening of US dollar fixed deposit for NRI customers at Gift City. NTPC signed a pact with Japanese agency for $200 million loan. PayU introduces industry's first down payment EMI solution for online retail. Star Housing Finance signs a co-lending partnership with Tata Capital Housing Finance. CAD narrows 1.2%. Current account deficit narrows to 1.2% of the GDP at $10.5 billion for the third quarter of fiscal year 24 as per RBI. Then Brand Finance Insurance 100 report was released. This Insurance 100, and in this India's LIC has emerged as the world's strongest insurance brand. Then SC appointed expert committee for Great Indian Bustard Prevention. Next, ACC appointed Sadananda Vasan Date as the Director General of NIA, Rajiv Kumar as Director General of BPR&D, and Piyush Anand as Director General of NDRF. Then we saw CCI approvals coming back. ECI, that is Election Commission of India, launched Saksham application in order to facilitate easier voting for persons with disabilities. Then OCUMS, they developed India's first indigenous hydroxyurea oral suspension for sickle disease. Then Ferrari's Carlos Sainz Jr. has won F1 Australian Grand Prix 2024. Kerala Animal Husbandry Minister released a book that was titled A Compendium on Non-Native Organisms of India. Earth Hour observed on 23rd of March. World Theatre Day observed on 27th of March. So these were your important current affairs for the day. Now let's move to some revision part for your learning. Who won the Golden Book Award 2024? So Rakhi Kapoor for the book Breaking Free, Embracing Me. I repeat, Golden Book Award was won by author Rakhi Kapoor, and she won it for Breaking Free, Embracing Me. This is the book for which she was honored with this Golden Book Award. Here remember, author Rakhi Kapoor won her second. This was her second book, Golden Book Award, for her 26th book titled Breaking Free, Embracing Me, Healing from Childhood Abuse and Toxic Condition. She is a physiotherapist who pioneered the concept of prenatal counseling in India to enhance maternal and fetal health outcomes. She previously won the award in 2023 for her 25th book titled Now You Breathe, Overcoming Toxic Relationships and Abuse. Next is, who launched a revamped website of ASI? What is ASI? Archaeological Survey of India. Right? So for Archaeological Survey of India, a new revamped website was launched. It was launched by Meenakshi Lekhi. Right? Meenakshi Lekhi, she is the Union Minister of Culture, and this was launched at a National Museum in New Delhi. She has also handed over MOUs for the adoption under the Adopt a Heritage 2.0 in the corporate house. Right, this new website, this is more user friendly. This will give better experience to everyone visiting this site about the India's vast history. This revamped site will help to provide better information to the individuals who are visiting on this site. Correct? Apart from this, ASI has MOUs with corporates for monuments adoption under the Adopt a Heritage 2.0 program, and this MOU will make the preservation of 14 out of 4,000 heritage of ASI an inclusion based process theme, that is Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, Sabka Prayas. Correct? Then apart from this, what is this Adopt a Heritage that I am talking about? Adopt a Heritage 2.0. This was launched in September 2023. It was launched by ASI, and the program is to collaborate with corporate stakeholders to enhance the amenities at historical moments by utilizing their corporate social responsibility one, right? That the MNCs, they have this CSR, right? Corporate social responsibility. Under this, in this Adopt a Heritage, these MNCs can adopt these monuments for better, correct? They can, in their campus, they can set up these monuments, right? They can, even when there is a monument being built, they can fund those monuments. So this was adopt a heritage. Then if we talk about ASI, who is the Director General of ASI? Yadubir Singh Rawat, headquarters is in New Delhi. It was established in 1861. And Meenakshi Lekhi, as we just saw, Meenakshi Lekhi has launched this revamped website of this ASI. Next, Ministry of Defense have signed 200 crore rupees deal with which organization for anti-drone system that will be provided to Indian Army and Indian Air Force. So Ministry of Defense, they have tied up with BBBS. What is BBBS? This is your Big Bang Boom Solutions Private Limited. Big Bang Boom Solutions Private Limited. Correct? So it is Ministry of Defense. They have partnered with Big Bang Boom Solutions Private Limited, that is India's fastest growing defense sector startup. And this contract was worth 200 crore rupees. What they will be developing? They will be developing anti-drone system, so that if any drone which is hostile drone and it enters into the Indian territory on any respect preserved territory, then that drone can be taken down. For this, anti-drone system will be developed, and this anti-drone system will be given to Indian Army and Indian Air Force. Correct? And this marks the largest contract signed by the Ministry of Defense under IDEX initiative. What is this IDEX? It is your Innovations for Defense Acceleration Initiative, right? And this is considered as one of the largest contracts signed by Ministry of Defense. Then if we talk about this BBBS, it has introduced Vajra Sentinel system, that is a state of the art artificial intelligence fingerprinting based detection and jamming technology. Apart from this, this operates within a range of 10 kilometers, which is hard kill activation initiated distance up to 5 to 6 kilometers. That means if any UAV, unmanned aerial vehicle, or any object is within 5 to 6 kilometers, then it can kill that device. Correct? So coming back, Ministry of Defense, they signed a contract with BBBS. This is a Big Bang Boom Solutions Private Limited. It is one of the fastest growing startups in the defense sector, and the contract here was worth 200 crore rupees, and it was for anti-drone system, and these anti-drone system will be provided to Indian Air Force and Indian Army. Next is MHI, Ministry of Heavy Industries. They have partnered with which IIT to advance automotive and electric vehicle sector, right? So that there should be transformation and growth in the automotive sector as well as a growth in the electric vehicle sector. For this, Ministry of Heavy Industries, they have partnered with which IIT? They have partnered with IIT Roorkee to grow this automotive sector and electric vehicle sector, right? And the MOU here, they aims to create a center of excellence and an industry accelerator at IIT Roorkee. For this, IIT Roorkee has partnered with International Center for Automotive Technology, that is in Manesar, Haryana. This is a premier institute for automotive testing and research. This MOU is a part of the scheme for enhancement of the Indian capital goods sector phase of Ministry of Heavy Industries, right? And I just mentioned the aim here is to grow this automotive sector and electric vehicle adoption by providing better facilities, and the total cost for this project is estimated to be around 24,000 crore rupees, and out of which Ministry of Heavy Industries will be giving almost 20 crores, and rest of the amount will be contributed by various industry partners. Next is India, along with which country signed a memorandum of understanding on law dispute resolution to boost ties. So it is India and Singapore. They have recently signed a memorandum of understanding on law dispute resolution to boost ties various services, that is between which country? So it is between India and Singapore. We have signed an MOU with them so that law dispute resolution can enhance, right? The basic services that are provided can be enhanced. Under this, both the ministries, they will be working together. They will be exchanging the best practices for the adoption of this alternate dispute resolution mechanism, and a joint consultative committee will be set up that will be co-chaired at the ministerial or secretary level, that will be set up so that better implementation of the proposals can be done under this MOU. So it was between India and Singapore. which became the 97th country to ratify International Solar Alliance. First of all, International Solar Alliance. This was a project launched in 2015, initiated by India and France. Headquarter of International Solar Alliance, Gurugram, Haryana. What is the aim of this? The aim here is to provide solar energy to the developing nations where the basic general sources of energy are not provided, right? And we know solar energy is available to us in abundance, and utilizing that and providing energy to the remote areas in those developing countries, this International Solar Alliance was launched. Now the question asked here is, which became the 97th country to ratify this International Solar Alliance? It is Panama, right? And which was the latest country that has joined the International Solar Alliance? It was Malta, right? Take a note of this. And Malta was 119th country to join International Solar Alliance. Who is the Director General here? Ajay Mathur. Which ministry has launched a national curriculum for ECCE from birth to 3 years? What is ECCE? ECCE is your early childhood care and education. I repeat, early childhood care and education. So it was Ministry of Women, Child and Development has launched a national curriculum for early childhood care and education, and it is from birth to 3 years, right? It is from birth to 3 years, from 0 to 3. And a national framework, for early childhood stimulation for children, that is from, I correct myself, this early childhood care and education, right? This is a national framework for this was launched from 3 to 6 years, right? And this national framework for early childhood stimulation for children was launched from 0 to 3, right? Next, which bank has partnered with 197 communication for UPI transaction? This 197 communication, remember, this is the parent company of Paytm. So in order to carry out UPI transactions on Paytm, SBI, State Bank of India, that is India's largest public sector bank, has entered in a partnership with 197 Communication Limited to settle UPI transactions that will be acquiring UPI transaction upon acquiring the third party app provider license, right? So this bank, SBI Bank, they will be acquiring third party app provider license. Apart from this, the three other third party app provider license are with whom? HDFC Bank, Axis Bank and Yes Bank. So, and now it is SBI Bank. These are the four banks that will be partnered, or that has partnered with Paytm or 197 communications for UPI transactions. Next, which organizations partnered together to offer digital services across rural areas? So it is USOF, Prasar Bharati and ONDC. USOF is your Universal Service Obligation Fund. Then Prasar Bharati and ONDC, Open Network for Digital Commerce. All these three of organizations came together and they have partnered to offer digital services across rural areas, right? Right now also there are many areas in our villages where the proper digital services have not been reached. They are not aware of multiple services that can help them grow, correct? So with the help of this tie-up, we will be seeing that those services can be reaching or will be reaching to those particular rural areas, right? Then apart from this, remember, a website of DD, that is Doordarshan News and Akashvani News, was also updated, and here this application or these digital services will be aired on this news channels so that the people living in the rural areas can get benefit of those schemes, correct? If we talk about Prasar Bharati, who is the chief executive officer here, Gaurav Dwivedi. And where is the headquarter? It is in New Delhi. Where is the headquarter? It is in New Delhi. Next is, which day was designated as Hyderabad Liberation Day by the Government of India? So 17th of September was declared as the Hyderabad Liberation Day, and every year we will be observing this Hyderabad Liberation Day, right? And this day marks the integration of Hyderabad into the Union of India in 1948. And this day basically it honors and remembers the martyrs who played a major role in the liberation of Hyderabad. Also remember Hyderabad was liberated from Nizam's rule in 1948 after a police action, namely Operation Polo. After Operation Polo, right? Just remember this. And Hyderabad Liberation Day observed on 17th of September. Who inaugurated National Speed Breeding Crop Facility in Mohali? So a national speed breeding crop facility, right? This was launched where it was launched. Mohali location is important. It was launched in Mohali, right? In Nabi, Mohali. And question asked here is who inaugurated this National Speed Breeding Crop Facility, right? This was at Nabi. What is Nabi? Nabi is your National Agri-Food Biotechnology Institute. This is in Mohali. And where is Mohali? If the name of state is being asked, it is in Punjab, right? And this facility is in line with the government of India's vision to double the income of farmers. To double the income of farmers, right? And this will enable the farmers to enhance both the quality as well as the quantity of their crops through this National Speed Breeding Crop Facility, right? And remember who inaugurated it? It was inaugurated by our Union Minister Jitendra Singh. Then this speed seeds facility will support all the states of India such as Punjab, Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir also. Correct? This facility will be used to develop new crop varieties of such as wheat, rice, soya bean, pea, tomato, etc. using a controlled environment there. Next, Indus Payware. Indus Payware. This is the first contactless payment wearable launched by which bank? As the name suggests, Indus. So, IndusInd Bank, they have launched this Indus Payware. This is the first of its kind tokenizable wearable for both credit and debit card that was launched on MasterCard. It was launched by IndusInd Bank, right? This Indus Payware, this currently comes in 3 variants. It is a kind of a sticker, watch, and a ring, right? This device can be used to make tap and pay transactions. Then this Indus Payware device, they are secured by NFC, that is near field communication enabled secure element technology. Next is SIDBI. SIDBI secured the first green climate fund. The project is worth how much? So SIDBI, they secured the first green climate fund project that is worth $120 million, right? It is $120 million green climate fund project, right? And this is known as Avana Sustainability Fund. This was valued at $120 million. So it is Avana Sustainability Fund valued at $120 million. It was launched by SIDBI. Correct? SIDBI has given the approval for this green climate fund, you can say Avana Sustainability Fund, right? Take a note of this. Then, as the name suggests, green climate fund, this will be used to build environment, energy sector, right? Then we will be focusing on the projects that will be generating low carbon, those projects that are climate resilient projects, correct? And in order to make our environment clean so that less amount of pollution is released into the atmosphere, and to come up with such technologies that will that will make sure that environment stays clean and no pollution is emitted into the environment. For that amount, these amount will be used. If we talk about SIDBI, we saw who is the chairman and managing director here. Shiva Subramaniam Ramanji, headquarters is in Lucknow, UP, and it was established in 1990. Next, which movie has won 7 awards at the 96th Academy Awards? So during the 96th Academy Awards, that were the Oscars 2024, where were they held? They were held in LA, Los Angeles, California, USA. And these Oscars, question asked here is which is that movie that has won 7 awards here? So it is the movie Oppenheimer, correct? It won 7 awards. And this movie was directed by whom? It was directed by Christopher Nolan. Who was the actor here? Cillian Murphy. And best supporting actor Robert Downey Jr. Remember, Here, the Best Actor award was given to Cillian Murphy. Best Supporting Actor award was given to Robert Downey Jr. Correct? And this is the movie that has won a total of 7 awards, among which these 3 are important that you need to remember. Right? Next. Next is important days. World Consumers Right Day observed on 15th of March, and it is to raise global awareness of consumer rights, needs, protections and empowerment. This 2024 theme of the World Consumer Right Day is Fair and Responsible AI for Consumers. Next is state news. Chhattisgarh's Chief Minister Vishnu Diyo Sai has launched Krishak Unnati Yojana, and it is to provide input assistance to the paddy cultivators in order to help the paddy cultivators, in order to provide them guidance, in order to provide them with information about how they can improve the output. So for that, Krishi Unnati Yojana was launched to provide input assistance, that is to help them about paddy cultivations, right? So this was launched by whom? It was launched by Chhattisgarh state. If the name of person being asked, then it was the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh, Vishnu Diyo Sai, who launched this Krishak Unnati Yojana, right, in order to help the paddy farmers. Correct? Then remember, the input assistance will provide based on the paddy purchased from the farmers, and under this scheme, the paddy of all the farmers of Chhattisgarh will be purchased at a rate of 3100 rupees per quintal. Then under the scheme, farmers will be provided input assistance at a rate of 19,257 rupees per acre on the basis of paddy purchased from them. Right? Then if we talk about the Chief Minister, who is the Chief Minister of Chhattisgarh? As we saw, Vishnu Diyo Sai, right? And here only we have seen this Krishak Unnati Yojana. So remember this, and 3100 rupees per quintal and 19,257 rupees per acre for the cultivation of paddy will be provided by the government to the paddy cultivator. Next, Dominican Republic, along with which country signed a protocol for the establishment of Joint Economic and Trade Committee? So it is our India, along with Dominican Republic, they have signed a protocol for the establishment of Joint Economic and Trade Committee. Right? The protocol here, basically, if we talk about, this will boost the existing economic and commercial relations further. And the year 2024, it marks the 25 years of establishment of diplomatic relations between India and Dominican Republic. This protocol aims to establish bilateral mechanisms between both the nations in trade and commerce, and enhance the collaboration in various sectors, in various service sectors, and foster technological innovation in both the countries. Then apart from this, remember, India primarily imports gold from Dominican Republic and exports pharmaceutical products, marine products, motor products, 2 and 3 vehicles, right, to the Dominican Republic. And major is India imports gold from this Dominican Republic. Next, Ministry of Defense signed a contract worth 8,073 crore rupees with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and it is to acquire how many advanced light helicopter Dhruv Mark 3 for Indian Army and Indian Coast Guard. So how many advanced light helicopters Dhruv Mark 3 will be acquired? So a total of 34 advanced light helicopter Mark 3 will be acquired for Indian Army and Indian Coast Guard, right? And the contract is worth 8,073 crore rupees. Correct? It was signed by Ministry of Defense with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. Then in this also, remember, Indian Army will be getting 25 advanced light helicopters, and Indian Coast Guard, they will be getting 9 advanced light helicopters. Next is who has been elected as the president of Paralympic Committee of India. So Devendra Jajaria has been elected as the president of Paralympic Committee of India. Right? He succeeded whom? He succeeded the para athlete Deepa Malik, correct, as the president of Paralympic Committee of India, whose term ended on 31st of January 2024. Right? Important, take a note of it. Apart from this, remember, Devendra Jajaria was honored with Padma Shri in 2012, Padma Bhushan in 2022 in the field of sports. Next is PM Suraj, a national portal was launched by whom? So what is this PM Suraj and this was launched by whom? So PM Suraj was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. First of all, remember this. It was launched virtually, and PM Suraj, you should definitely remember the full form of PM Suraj. What does PM Suraj stands for? प्रधानमंत्री सामाजिक उत्थान एवं रोजगार आधारित जन कल्याण. Next, Ministry of Rural Development partnered with Ministry of Rural Development. They have partnered with which IIT for geospatial technology to monitor Manrega assets. So it is Ministry of Rural Development, and they have partnered with IIT Delhi in order to help or in order to monitor the Manrega assets. This partnership will aim to utilize the power technology for the betterment of the rural development process, and as this project aims to modernize it, and with the help of this geospatial technologies we will be able to monitor the Manrega assets here, right? These projects aims to modernize the way of rural development projects that are planned, monitored, and executed, and ensuring the accountability of those projects too. Fitch has revised India's fiscal year 25 growth forecast to how much percent from 6.5%. Earlier, Fitch was projecting that India will be growing by 6.5%, but now the projection has changed, and now the revised projection is that India will be growing by 7% as per the data released by Fitch. Right? Fitch is an international credit rating agency, and they have forecasted India's GDP growth, and they have increased it by 0.5% to 7% for fiscal year 25. Right? So take a note of this. Next is, which country is the world's largest arms importers between 2019 to 23 as per the SIPRI report. So SIPRI recently released a report, and it is for 2019 to 2023, and this data states about the world's largest arm importers. Which is that country? It is our India, right? India is the world's largest arms importers between 2019 to 2023 as per the data released by SIPRI. SIPRI is a Swedish think tank. SIPRI is Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, and here India was the world's top arm importer for the period 2019 to 23, and India's import has increased by 4.7% compared to the period from 2014 to 2018. Then on top India, then Saudi Arabia on second, Qatar on third position, and USA, France, Russia, they were the three largest exporters of arm between this period 2019 to 2023. Then remember, Russia remained the top supplier of arms to India, almost 30% of which. Next is our homework section. First, Uturangram Wildlife Sanctuary is located in which state? Second, Quattro Sianges region, which was seen in news due to water crisis, is located in which country? In India also, tell me where we are seeing water crisis as of now. Very famous location. Third, the Election Commission of India launched which application to facilitate easier voting for persons above 85 years of age and persons with disability with 40%. Fourth, what is the primary objective of Smart Meter National Program recently seen in news? And fifth, recently where was the 148th Inter-Parliamentary Union meeting held? So these are your 5 homework questions, friends, and I need to see maximum participation from all the students watching this video. That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at AffairsCloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is AffairsCloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com. And I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.